Richard Dreyfuss vividly remembered his chaotic first day on Jaws. "I was convinced this movie would obliterate Spielberg's career," he confessed. "We were floating in open water with a mechanical shark that flat-out refused to cooperate. It felt like a shipwreck in slow motion." At the time, no one suspected they were teetering on the edge of cinematic immortality. Adapted from Peter Benchley's 1974 novel, Jaws began as a beast of a script, riddled with a mafia subplot and a scandalous affair. But once cameras rolled, Spielberg slashed and scorched the excess, zeroing in on the primal clash between man and monster. What emerged was a razor-sharp narrative, brimming with tension and dread. The shark, lovingly cursed as Bruce, was a 1.2-ton steel and fiberglass leviathan operated by saltwater reverse hydraulics. On day one, it sank straight to the ocean floor like a defiant sea god. Spielberg, stunned, fled to his hotel room and wept, convinced he'd birthed a flop. Roy Scheider, playing Chief Brody, dropped the now immortal line, "You're gonna need a bigger boat," totally off script. It was a jab at their pitifully undersized support vessels, but Spielberg saw gold in that accidental brilliance and immortalized it in the cut. Off camera, tensions boiled. Robert Shaw, Quint, and Dreyfuss tangled like oil and fire. Shaw, ever the provocateur, taunted Dreyfuss relentlessly and once dared him to outstunt him on set. Dreyfuss declined. Shaw smirked, saying, "I insulted him so he'd hate me, for real." That animosity? Pure lightning on screen. John Williams delivered a score so lean and unnerving, it sliced straight through the subconscious. When he first played the iconic two-note motif, Spielberg laughed aloud. "You're kidding, right?" But when that sinister hum stalked each underwater shot, Spielberg stopped laughing. The music became the shark's soul. For the gut-wrenching USS Indianapolis monologue, Shaw rewrote the original draft, distilling it into a ghostly tale soaked in fear and fatalism. After a few stiff drinks, he delivered it in one take, gritty, raw, unforgettable. Shooting on the ocean was a logistical tempest. Sailboats photobombed takes, actors hurled overboard from seasickness, equipment sizzled out in the salt air. Spielberg started every day on the brink, muttering, "The movie is chewing me alive." The schedule, originally 55 days, exploded to over 150. The budget doubled, then tripled. Spielberg, just 27, refused to shoot the finale until the climax earned its blood. Meanwhile, Universal teetered on replacing him, but producer Richard Zanuck held the line. Because Bruce often failed to rise to the occasion, Spielberg weaponized suggestion. Long, creeping POV shots and Williams' chilling theme made the shark feel omnipresent. Terror festered in what wasn't seen, and audiences leaned in, hearts pounding. Jaws premiered June 20th, 1975, with zero fanfare. No one expected the stampedes at theaters, or that an animatronic shark would trigger a nationwide beach freakout. Spielberg skipped the final day of shooting. He feared the crew would hurl him into the Atlantic. The triumph of Jaws was anything but glamorous. It was brute-forced into existence, one misfire, meltdown, and miracle at a time. And that's what makes it legendary. Every frame survived a war,